Hey, good Friday evening, YouTube. So we're at my buddy Anthony's house, stopping in to get a feel for this 2019 Harley Davidson Softail Street Bob that he just picked up. And I've got it as a side-by-side comparison to my 2019 Harley Davidson Softail Slim. The last video I did on my Slim, some shorter folks commented on the ability to flat foot the bike, so we'll do a comparison with Anthony because he's similar height to me, and I know he can flat foot both bikes, so we'll prove that in a minute. But just a few differences between these two motorcycles. I think the most noticeable things being, first, that the fuel capacity on the Slim is much larger than it is on the Street Bob, and the foot position on the Street Bob is a mid-control foot peg, while on the Slim it's a forward floorboard. You've also got a wider front end and shorter bars, and narrower front end and taller bars. But I'm gonna have Anthony come on in here and kind of tell us a little bit, because Anthony started riding what, a couple of years ago?
Yeah, sometime in 2017.
Yeah, so he started on an 883 Sporty iron and traded it in for an iron 1200. And how long did you have that iron 1200?
For a little over a year.
Right. So why'd you have it for such a short time and decide to upgrade? What was the reason?
Like anyone else, I wanted something that was a little faster. I feel like I outgrew the bike, and riding with a bunch of buddies that either had 1200, or if they're on a street bike, they're on a 650 or anything bigger. It was a little harder to keep up with everyone. Also, I just wanted, on the freeway with the 883, as soon as you get to about probably 60, 65 miles an hour, it feels like the bike's tapped out. So I got into the 1200, which was awesome, but I'm also a stickler for the color of the bike that I want. I always wanted a red bike, so Harley did me a really good job, a really good deal, I should say, with this bike, and with it being faster than the 1200 as well, I couldn't say no.
Right. They because you brought the Sporty back to the Arrowhead Harley Davidson and worked with Rob, the assistant sales manager, and Brad Topper, sales guy.
Right.
They pretty much gave you what you paid for it about a year ago, right?
Yeah,
when you traded in.
Harley had a really cool program going on where if you had purchased, I think it had to have been a new bike in 2018, and if you traded it in within a year toward another Harley, they would give you sticker price, I believe, along with taxes, or basically what you paid for the bike, they would give you that exact amount as long as you were purchasing a new Harley.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, first impressions, because you haven't even put 100 miles on this thing yet, right?
No, I think I'm at 37 miles.
Well, what's the first impressions? Give us a comparison to the Iron 12.
So I was surprised for the fact that I could flat foot it. It's just as comfortable as my Sportster was. The stock seat is much more comfortable than I expected. The stock seat on both of my Sportsters, on the 883 and the 1200, was garbage. After about 30 minutes, my butt started to hurt. So this one so far, I haven't been on a ride that long, but it's definitely wider with the little back on it. You feel secure even when you gun it a little bit. The controls are a little more forward, which I, at first, by looking at it, was a little concerned with, but getting on it, it's incredibly comfortable. They're not too far away at all. Even the stock handlebars, although they're a little wider than I would personally like, they're still easy to ride and easy to handle.
Right on, man. Well, so let's do the short folks a favor out there, because I myself am 5'5" on a good day, and you would say you're what?
5'4".
5'4", okay. But you seem to have a different body structure, and you can flat foot a little bit easier than I can. So let's show these folks that are always concerned about larger Harleys how it goes.
And this is even in my Vans.
All right, so you don't even have riding shoes on. Typically you wear riding shoes, but you're saying right now you're in Vans. And yep, he is flat-footed, and folks, no trickery. Rear wheels up on the asphalt. And that's a good fit for you, man. That's a good looking bike. Can you let's do the same thing with my Slim, just so we can show the same folks. I mean, obviously they know there's not a huge difference between these bikes, but just aesthetically, if somebody's looking at one versus the other. Yeah, there we go. And again, no trickery here. Sweet, thanks, man.
Absolutely.
So the plan, I know Anthony and I've talked about it bars, Dean Speed Customs pudgy bars, which you'll see. We'll do some Rampage slip-ons, a tank lift on this thing, and he doesn't know it yet, but I picked him up some parts. See, when he traded in his Sporty and got this, I got a referral bonus, and that's how I got some of the parts on the Slim back there. So I had some good fortune that day, so I'm paying it forward, and I got Anthony some smoked out lenses and colored bulbs for his blinkers so we can match my bike. So, but yeah guys, as always, hit that like button, go ahead and subscribe. You can track the progress on both of these bikes, and we'll see you next time.